It appears like a lot of my next videos will probably have to do with Colleen Thomas. And I'm picking on her. It just seems like there's so much to learn through this experience. And I'm kind of looking at the webbot and the predictions it was making and what was going on in our world. And I'm also looking at Colleen Thomas fit within every one of those predictions. But we don't tend to notice that it unfolded. Usually it takes time for us to recognize when something was right. And that's why I'm kind of in agreement with this webbot, but I'm also in disagreement with the webbot because the controller of the webbot is not biased. And he admits he's not biased, and he also admits you have to be biased to be able to make this thing work. And I am kind of claiming that we're all freaking insane, and he ain't seeing his own insanity of why this isn't working. I mean, he's trying to avoid words. I posted a video on that before that, he's saying he doesn't like the word believe, but then after he said, I don't like using that word because it makes you not biased, and then the next question he was asked, but what do you believe? And then he had a long list of beliefs. So it was pretty funny to watch that little piece of insanity. But my topic of this video, somebody had written a nice little long email that said, most of us are in pain, and we don't go and sell our souls and react the way Colleen is reacting. And I love that. I love it when judges judge others but never judge themselves. It seems like there's the insanity right there. If anybody wants to judge somebody else, this is why there is this little saying within religion is judging is a sin. God is the ultimate sinner, and it's like if you really, really understand God, God isn't about to judge you. God understands all. God sees everything and knows you just didn't know what the hell you were doing. That's why it's forgive those who don't know any better, for they know not what they are doing. And that's where we are all at, is we just don't know what we're doing. And it's a process of us learning what it is that we're doing. So, I don't like to bring up my own personal family issues to protect family, but that's where we're all basically going wrong, is we ain't talking about the, secrets within our family dynamics, and it's these secrets that are destroying the friggin' planet. And after this weekend and seeing that my family members didn't really give a shit whether their sibling, was facing death. People do tend to die from appendix, and no family member even showed up to even care about her health. So I'm, losing this need to keep family secret. It's time to sort of divulge a few things. And I have a daughter-in-law that is obsessive compulsive, does a lot of things wrong. And one of them, the last conversation I had with this girl was they were trying to help my daughter that does live with me. They feel that, I'm crazy, and they feel that they need to help my daughter because I'm a very, very bad influence on her. So I was at one with that. I'm not going to fight that. If she can, if anybody else wants to give her, a hand up, I'll support that. But ultimately, what it turned out to be is they were planning this wedding they couldn't afford, and they were basically helping themselves to her energy. and she was working 3 jobs and handing over her entire paycheck, paying for, cheap payments, and giving an awful lot of money to them, And they wouldn't even allow her, she didn't even have her own room. She was sleeping in an office that she wasn't even allowed to stay there because 3 jobs wasn't enough. They wanted her to constantly be out looking for more work so they can get more money off of her. She ended up spending an awful lot of money on a wedding that she couldn't even go because all of the money that she was earning couldn't go towards her own expenses of going to this wedding. Meanwhile, there was an awful lot of insanity going on within that household, and I made a phone call, to this daughter-in-law saying, I think you need to talk to my daughter. She blew up and said, I know how to communicate. I don't need to be told how to communicate. And it's been over a year since I talked to her because I said, okay, if you know how to communicate that, sorry, I just thought you'd like to know that my daughter needed to talk to you because she was thinking of coming back home, and it's like you all want her there, so it's like you guys need to work out the problem, but my daughter won't let you know she needs to talk. So I was just the little person in the background saying, Savannah's got a little bit of issue, maybe you guys can talk it out. And I got supreme shit for making the suggestion. And the comment that came back was, I know how to communicate. It's been over a year, and she hasn't communicated with nobody. It appears like unless somebody tells her how to communicate, she won't communicate because in her logical mind, she thinks she's communicating. Non-communication to this girl is communication, and no problems get solved. My main point is that this is a person that is obsessive compulsive, does appear to drink a little bit too much, and she is the judger of everybody else, saying everybody else has had pain and they don't behave that way. And it's like, yeah, look and judge yourself. That it's easy to judge other people, but you haven't walked a mile in their shoes. You have zero idea what makes somebody do what it is they're doing, and it's really easy to say, I don't have to do that behavior. Why does anybody else follow into that behavior? And it's like, yeah, because you haven't lived their experience. You haven't walked a mile in their shoes. You can't judge what the result of their experiences will be, but if you look at yourself, unless you walk on water, you got your own insanity that you can't pull yourself out of. You just don't notice your own insanity. But if you look at a global collapse, guess what? Every single one of us are participating in that because of our own insanity that we don't want to change. And one of the best examples that was given is that a lot of us have gone through an awful lot of pain, and we don't sell our souls and sell our bodies and profit off of that to keep our stuff. And it's like, what human on this planet isn't selling their soul? The example I gave was Tony Robbins. He was dealing with poverty. He didn't like his poverty, so you know what? He made a damn good living selling his soul for wealth. And the damage that he did was manipulate millions of people into his own insane thinking. And a lot of it came from the sciences that he read. He read a bunch of science books, which was based on lies, and he believed, but it justified his bad behavior. And that's what you'll find, is a doctor will influence, their bad behavior. Doctors will actually influence you to do everything that's wrong. Just take a look. If you have a health issue, our medical profession, all they do is give you a pill for it. And they're like painkillers. It's like block out the issue. Let's never heal the issue, the causes of why you're dealing with a health issue. Let's just block, cope, and deal by giving you a medication. Generally, medication today will get rid of the symptom you're complaining about, but it'll kill you in 20 other different ways. And that's how, a doctor will think, there's your cure. Let me kill you in a way you don't notice. It is total fucking insanity. And it's, anytime I see anybody that would ever judge another person to say, I've gone through hell and I'm not doing that kind of behavior. Well, you didn't go through the same kind of hell. That's the only problem. You got your own hell that you're doing, and if you went through hell, trust, in some way, shape, or form, you're not escaping your own insanity. And a lot of it will be you'll join a cult, you'll join, a religion of some kind. And if you can't notice the insanity within a religion, is designed for you to die. You're a sinner. It's like accept it, be at one with being a sinner. And then somehow that makes you think that you're godly. And it's like, okay, kind of study what Satan is, and, all of that is about sinning. So it's like you've got this evil force that says don't go play with evil, but yet you got a good, God thing going on within a Bible that you try to understand, and the Bible just says how to be at one with everything that's wrong. I even seen one guy's video that's explaining that the only way you're going to get to God is if you live through an awful lot of torment. If that doesn't brainwashing you into, hey, be at one with hell, because that's how you get to God is by going through hell. So it's like, okay, destroy your whole freaking planet and think you're going to get to God. No, you're dead. But religion just seems to be, I posted a video on government. It was Casino Jack. There's a documentary and a film on this guy. And everything that's going on in our world is based on religion. Religion makes you, it is a cult. It tells you, do not think. Don't think for yourself. That's why the only time I see religious people, all they do is give me quotes, because they can't think for themselves. They think, they repeat verses that they've memorized that has no meaning in their life. They say these words, these phrases that they quote out of a Bible, and yet they can't see that their words, their advice or whatever that they do to me, it's like you're contradicting exactly what those words say. You don't even know what those words mean. And then, while religion gets you not to think, then you get these people that'll take advantage of you. Well, this is what it actually means, so you all need to do that. So that's how they can manipulate the masses to vote in crimes that are done against you. So you don't even see how your religion is being used and those Bibles, every Bible. There's not one religion that's got it right. It's all designed to make you not think, not face your problems, not deal with any of the issues, to judge all others. It's designed specifically so that you're busy judging other people and not reflecting on yourself. And it is going to create the Armageddon that you're so fearful. But y'all think as long as I believe in a concept, I'll be saved. And it's like, if you're dead, let's see how well that worked. It didn't work for anybody else that died. Nobody else got saved that died. They're dead. And they haven't come back and told you exactly, hey, I've been saved. There's no proof. There's nothing. It's just a concept that you believe in. And you believe in it because it justifies your sinning. Because after all, I'm a sinner. I'm at one with being a sinner. And that ain't Satan in any way, shape, or form. So my best advice is, if anybody wants to make any statements that say we should judge what Colleen is doing as being wrong and, she just needs to snap out of it, it ain't that easy. If you judge somebody to be doing that, chances are that same advice applies to you. So please post. I'd love to hear about it. And, I'd love to look at what's going on in your life that you can't snap out of it, because there is something. If you have the courage to judge another person, then do you have the courage for others to judge you equally? And let's see if you have some insanity that you can't jump out of. So it's like, just be at one with it. We're all doing it, and we all need to just jump out of it. Another big thing is somebody told me that I'm a new incarnated soul and I need to learn something. And it's like, no, only a new soul would say something like that. But, these judgments are really, really cool. I love them. Let's just see if we can find the insanity within each other's judgments. I do it, and throw it back at me. Equal opportunity. If we're going to judge people, start judging me, and I'll start judging you, and let's see where truth is. Let's just do it in a loving way so we can see our insanity. Peace out.